everyone, and welcome to NameHero. I'm Ryan, the founder and CEO. In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about 2020 and a little award we've been nominated for here at NameHero, and I'd certainly appreciate your support if you'd be so willing. But I also want to talk a little bit about NameHero and where we stand as a company as we head into 2021. So I'm going to head over to our blog really quick, and it's namehero.com/startup. And if you don't see this post at the top, you can search for it here in the right search box. But NameHero, we were nominated for the Best Web Hosting Company of 2020. And this is a prestigious award that's conducted each year by findbesthosts.com. They're a pretty large online brand that ranks web hosts each year. And their award is unique in the fact that it's the people's choice. So it's not them doing the review. It's actually people that actually nominate, and then they vote. So they nominate web hosts for a period. And then once they have the nominations in, then they move to the voting. And then everyone gets to vote. And so NameHero received a ton of nominations, and now we are in that voting process. So if you'd be so willing, we'd certainly appreciate your vote. If you've worked with us here at NameHero, or if you've just watched our videos here on YouTube and worked with us and you understand where we stand as a company, which again, I'm going to highlight here in a little bit, we certainly do appreciate that vote. It's super easy. On this blog post here, all you do is you can just click here to vote, and this will take you to the Find Best Host website. And all you have to do is click vote for the company. And then they ask you to sign in with Facebook or LinkedIn. And this is so they can verify that you are who you say you are, and people can't vote more than once in a 24-hour period. So you can vote each day, but just no more than once in a 24-hour period. And they use Facebook or LinkedIn to verify that you're a real person, and no company is just having random email addresses vote, because we'd lose the fun in that, right? If someone was trying to do something like that. I know someone already had commented on my blog post about if we could add in something else. This is not NameHero's site here. This is out of our control. This is the findbesthost.com website, so that would be up to them. But I can see why they're doing that. Me personally, I'm not a huge social media person. I do have a Facebook, I do have a LinkedIn, but I'm not on social media on a regular basis. But that's how they're verifying that the voting doesn't get skewed by multiple accounts or whatnot. So that's how you do it. Let's talk a little bit about NameHero, though, and exactly what we're trying to accomplish here as a company. So if we back up here to last year, YouTube influencer and WordPress expert Daryl Wilson, he conducted an independent study on his YouTube channel. So you can click this link here and go to Daryl's YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on YouTube, which I assume most of you are, you can click over and check out his channel. He's one of the channels that I do advise to subscribe to. He has a lot of good stuff, works with us very closely. But anyways, Daryl put NameHero to the test against 14 other web hosts in the industry, and he measured us on uptime, page speed, customer service, prices, the user interface, and the whole 9 yards. And NameHero ranked number 1 in fastest and most uptime, as well as customer service and support. So we were completely humbled by that last year. And so that was late 2019, heading into 2020. His video was, who's the best WordPress host to choose in 2020? And that was NameHero. As we get ready to close 2020, though, we received this nomination, and I was just notified this morning that NameHero's nomination had made it to the round of voting now. So if you go back over to here, you can see here's all the companies that NameHero's up against for Best Web Hosting Company of 2020. So this is like a after the fact award, right? The best web hosting company for 2020, and it's the people's choice. So again, we certainly do appreciate it. If you've used our services here, if we've helped you out on our YouTube channel or our blog, you certainly do appreciate that. So go down here a little bit, and I want to talk about the NameHero Journey, because as we close each year and head into the next year, I'm always setting goals and evaluating our progress as a company as a whole, as well as some personal goals and stuff. But I just want to go back and talk a little bit about our journey, about why I started NameHero in the first place, and what we're trying to accomplish within the industry. So it was late 2014, December 2014, and I was working around the clock to get NameHero public. I'd been working online since the late 90s, 98, and I'd operated a number of different online companies, but I've always been passionate about web hosting, and I really hated what I saw the industry turning into. It seems like all the big companies in 2014 had sold out. So I grew up, and I was a big fan of the team at HostGator, at Bluehost, and many other names that were combined in all that got sold and bought. But in 2014, all of them had sold out to larger companies. So there's one company specifically that bought a lot of the well-known brands, and they still operate them to this day under the same brands they were founded as. But it just seemed that the customer service went way downhill, and they got more geared towards revenue driven, meaning that they wanted their revenue and their profits to go up, but customer service was no longer top priority. And I'm not just speaking out of my head with this. I actually had a HostGator account. I had it for my dad. My dad owns a small business, offline business, but his website allows his offline customers to pay their bills online, to get information about his business. And he had asked me years ago to set up a website, and this is like in the mid 2020s. And I'd set them up at HostGator because they were always really good, and that I liked the company and the values. But man, I tell you what, when they sold in 2012, it's like a switch flipped, and he kept getting notices that his renewal rate kept going up and up and up. But his downtime started going up too. It wasn't online as it always was. He would ask support tickets. And, my dad, he's a very smart man, but he's not the most internet savvy person. And so he would reach out to tech support, asking some pretty basic stuff. But some tickets, he would wait literally 48 hours. And again, this was their post-acquisition. So that was one firsthand experience I had. I had another company to where we were selling software. It's like an ad server that affiliate marketers and advertisers would use to track their digital marketing campaigns, their direct response campaigns. And all these individuals that we were selling software to needed hosting. Now, this is before I owned NameHero, and so they would come to us and say, hey, who do you all recommend for hosting? And it got to the point to where, we would always recommend, a certain host. It got to the point to where that host got bought up, and then we'd recommend another one, and they'd get bought up. And so eventually we ran out of people to recommend. So we'd say, we're scared to recommend someone, but there's a lot of hosts out there to choose from. And so I hated what I saw in the industry as a whole. I was so passionate about hosting because hosting is the backbone to my online companies. I never owned or operated an offline business. I never had an offline job. So since I was 13 years old in 98, I'm 35 now. So over the course of that time span, I never had a job that I went to. Everything's been online. So if my website was ever offline for even an hour, I wasn't making money. And that money is what I lived on. That's what I was able to eat on. So I'd get my rent paid, and all my everyday expenses. So downtime, I could not have it. And so I spent many years developing my own solution to keeping my website for my businesses online. And I had several websites, several businesses. And I thought in 2014, I saw what was going on at the industry. I said, you know what, this would be really cool because we had achieved 100% uptime with our website for our businesses. I said, this would be really cool to take this platform that I've developed here and make this available at an affordable rate for small businesses and individuals, such as my dad. Someone that's not the most tech savvy person, but he's got a website, he's got a business, and it's got to be online. Because even my dad's offline business, if customers go to make their payment on his website and it's offline, well, they can't pay. And then they'll come to him, and I saw this happen. They would come to him and say, hey, we tried to pay our bill, but your site was offline and we could not do it. And he was getting really frustrated, especially towards the end. And so that's what we did here at NameHero. I took that platform that I developed from other companies, and in late 2014, I was working around the clock to get it built out. And I still didn't even know the name. I was testing out or evaluating what I was going to call it. And it was New Year's Day 2015. I fired off the verbal agreement to acquire NameHero.com. And so kind of the purpose behind the name was to rescue individuals and businesses that had been sold out, that had been started by fantastic, very talented entrepreneurs, but the companies had been built up and they had been sold out. And, they kind of had been left hanging. At least that's the impression I got with my dad's account. And so we decided on the name, and we never looked back since. And we've continued now this, going into 2021, going into our 6th year in business. We work every day to best serve others, to serve those how we would like to be served. I just every day think about how, my dad's experience was, how my experience as a small business owner was online. And, we try to treat others in that same, because I've been in those shoes, we try to treat others how that we would want to have been treated during those times. And, so we've continued to rapidly grow here at NameHero. We've got nearly 500,000 websites on our platform. We just recently made a tremendous investment and have been offering NVMe storage on our Turbo and Business Cloud hosting packages. It's another thing I saw in the industry in 2014 is a lot of the companies, despite, growing really big and being sold out, they still had the same type of packages that they had back in like 2002 and 2003. So it's important here at NameHero that we not only provide really good customer service and support and offer a premium infrastructure, but that we also continue to evolve with the times. In 2015, it was all about solid state drives, SSDs. Well, now technology, moves very quickly. NVMEs are getting, a lot of, there's a lot of spotlight on them because of the speed and the reliability of them. They are very expensive. They're like the SSDs back in 2015, so it was a tremendous jump. But it's important to me at NameHero that our customers and our infrastructure is built with the latest and greatest. And so we made that investment this year, and we have thousands of customers that are utilizing those packages. So if you haven't already, seen those, make sure to check those out. Okay, the last thing I'll highlight on here is, Ryan, you speak a nice game, but what goes to say that you're not going to sell NameHero out and, essentially be the same that we've seen in this industry and in other industries too, not just the hosting industry. And, I've got to put it out there that, I started NameHero for people above profits. And so I'm not going to, go into this entire post that I put on our blog. You can go check it out and read it to kind of see my explanation. But, I didn't start NameHero with money as the motive. Literally, people, close friends, people in the industry said, Ryan, you're crazy to start a web hosting company in 2014. Like, that's where all the jazz was in the early 2000s. Like, go start something, in an industry that's growing like artificial intelligence. Or I was in the mobile industry, mobile advertising industry. So, stick with the mobile. The web hosting's old school. There's too many big companies there. It's established. You'll never compete. And, so despite all this naysayer, I said, you know what, there's still a lot of room to grow because I believe there is a lot of companies out there. There's a lot of competition, but I don't believe there's many companies doing it right. And so I'm just going to start NameHero and we'll see what happens. And I'm not going to do it with profit motive. See, I spent, when I got out of college in 2007, like that was my thing. Like, I'd had online businesses at that point for about a decade. When I got out of college, I thought the race to the top was, the most revenue, the biggest business and all that. And I really chased that because I believed it. And I just didn't find much from it. I found a lot of emptiness. So when I started NameHero, it was, I'm going to do something different. Instead of putting those profits forward, those revenue reports at the top, I'm going to put the customer first. And, the profits may come, they may not come, but no matter what, I'm going to be of service to those customers. There's people like my dad that, need a reliable website, but my dad doesn't have $1,000 a month or a couple $100 a month to spend on a website. His business is offline. However, he uses his website to collect payments. So it's very important, but it's not an online-based business. So he can't necessarily justify a couple $100 a month for his website, but it is important that it's up. And so, that's what we still try to do every single day here at NameHero is for those individuals, small businesses. And even if you do have an online business, a very popular website, and we do have a hosting package for you. My identical twin brother owned and operated a very popular website. I actually helped start it with him in the early 2000s. And he's used NameHero for his hosting as well. So if you have an online business and you're looking for an affordable, reliable, secure, scalable hosting solution, we also have a package for you. So it really doesn't matter where you fall on that spectrum, whether you're a small business, kind of a tight budget, or you're an online business and you get hundreds of thousands, if not millions of visitors to your website. We do have a package for you, and it's going to be affordable, and it's going to be backed by our customer service and support that we strive for 10 for 10. But anyways, just to make it clear to the public out there, NameHero is not for sale. As we continue to grow, there's not a month now that goes by that I don't get a call or an email or a LinkedIn message with someone interested in, are you interested in selling NameHero? Are you interested in an acquisition? How about an investment capital or some capital investment and all that? And, I just delete that stuff because NameHero is not for sale. It's not my goal for the quick turnaround, to build up NameHero, to sell it, and then go live on a beach or something. I'm not interested in doing that. And I put on here, you can walk up to me for $100 million, and I would say it's not for me. You're probably, if you're watching this, you might think I'm crazy, and maybe I am, but again, that's just doesn't do it for me. Different strokes for different folks. McDonald's founder Ray Kroc once said, and I actually have this hung up in my office over here to the right, which I know you can't see it, but it is right over here. He said, if you work just for money, you'll never make it. But if you love what you're doing and you always put the customer first, success will be yours. And so, at NameHero, we have had a lot of growth. We've had a tremendous amount of growth in the 6 years or 5 years going on 6 that we've been operating. But, I don't measure success in revenue. I don't measure success in profits. I don't measure success in the number of customers on our platform. I measure success in our customer service and satisfaction. So I often say, if you followed us on YouTube and you've watched some other videos, as I scour our reviews, so if I go down here to the bottom, actually right here, click read more reviews, so we highlight some of our reviews that we've had from different industry sources, as well as you can click to our Trustpilot page, and these also feed in directly from Shopper Approved. So I'm scouring these every single day, to monitor, are we doing our job to our customers? And every once in a while we get reviews that someone's not happy, something happened, someone got confused, someone maybe misunderstood something, and we look to correct that. I'll never say that we're 100%. We strive for 100%, but I realize that it's not always possible, but we try our best every single day. And I've got my ears to the ground, I've got my eyes on the ticket desk, got my eyes on the reviews, and I'm always taking feedback, positive and negative feedback, and looking at ways that we can improve, not only as an organization, but our entire team. How can we make the experience better? That's how I measure success at NameHero. So, I do hope we continue to grow here at NameHero, because our growth empowers us to do things such as implementing NVMe drives and expanding our technology. But, all that growth is worthless if the customer isn't being taken care of. So that's what we, always strive for at NameHero. So the fact that we've been nominated for the best hosting company in 2020, I'm completely humbled by it. And I want to thank all of you for, watching and using us and supporting us here at NameHero over the last 5 years. And we're just getting started. NameHero is not for sale. I told someone the other day, I've got 2 small children, and I've got a lot more of a career ahead of me. I'm not in this for the quick sell. I'm not in for early retirement. What would I do in retirement? I'd probably have to go start over again, and I don't want to do that. But I would never leave our customers hanging. Someone waving a lot of cash in my face, that doesn't do it for me. What does it for me is to see these reviews and to see that we're going out and accomplishing our initial mission every single day. And it's important to me that we do not lose track of that as we continue to grow, above and beyond for the next 5 years, for the next after that, for the next decade plus. We want to continue that we are improving our infrastructure always, that we're optimizing our infrastructure, but we are keeping you, the customer, the small business, the individual website, the individual blog. We want to keep you at the forefront of this organization here at NameHero. We want to make sure that your site's loading fast, it's safe, secure. You can scale up as your business gets successful, and you need more resources that you can easily do that. But you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to have a premium infrastructure. It's very important to us. So I hope this video, one, if you are so kind and you've enjoyed your services with us here at NameHero, I would certainly appreciate that vote. But again, if you don't want to do it, no big deal. And if we don't win Best Web Hosting Company of 2020, it's not the end of the world for me here. What is the end of the world is if we're not holding our agreement with you, the customer. If we're not always putting you first, if you're not always happy with our services, and if you're not, if we've messed up, let me know, because I want to hear that feedback, and we want to make sure that we're continually optimizing, continually working on improving, as well as we continue learning. What is it that we're doing weak now that we could do better, and that allows us to continue developing on the path that we're on now. So from everyone here at NameHero, thank you all for your support. If you'd like to vote, I would certainly appreciate it, but if not, continue to like our videos here on YouTube. We always appreciate the thumbs up. That's another thing I look at. Look at the thumbs up on the videos, as well as the people that subscribe to our channel here. If you haven't subscribed already, I'm going to be rolling out a lot more content here on our NameHero YouTube channel. we've been redeveloping our site, which is now live. We got started in on this about early summer of 2020, and again, it took all the way to November to get rolled out. So I didn't want to put out a lot of new videos while this is being developed, because I wanted to, obviously with the new design, then it's a new flow for a lot of the video tutorials. So I didn't want to release stuff that would be outdated. So I'm working on updating all the video tutorials that walk through the signups and the customer interface and how to use certain features. So if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure that when we publish a new video that you're notified. You don't get a bunch of spam or anything like that, but you're just notified there's a new video out. And that's just an easy way to ensure that you're notified accordingly as those come out. And also, we do like our Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale that we just completed here for this year. Whenever we have big specials like that, I try to get on YouTube first and put a piece of video content out so you get that notification too. So you're also, if you're subscribed to our channel, you're able to get those specials as they come out. It's a lot quicker than getting out an email or even a post on social media. So thanks for watching. Thanks for using us here at NameHero. Thank you all for nominating us for Best Web Hosting Company of 2020. We look forward to seeing your votes, and we look forward, most importantly, we look forward to 2021 and serving you and seeing how we can help you help your business grow in 2021. I know 2020 has been very challenging for us all with the COVID-19 pandemic. I've personally known people that's gotten very sick. I've personally known people that have unfortunately lost their lives to COVID-19. So our hearts certainly go out to all those viewers around the world that's been affected by this pandemic. I certainly hope that 2021, as vaccinations start getting going and things start improving, we certainly do need that fresh breath of air, into 2021. So thanks for watching, and I certainly hope that 2021, brings a lot better circumstances for the new year. It is our pleasure serving you here at NameHero. I am Ryan. I'm the founder and CEO. Thanks for watching.